Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sorting my pets into Hogwarts houses. So this weekend I was hanging out with my husband and some of our friends, and we just sort of got on the topic of my cats and how they're pretty much all different personalities and how they pretty much could all have different Hogwarts houses. We sort of picked one per cat and even one for my dog, but I did see that BuzzFeed had some quizzes on like what house your cat belongs in, what house your dog belongs in, and I would like to see what they think. And so we all probably know the 4 houses from Harry Potter in Hogwarts. We have Gryffindor, where they are courageous, brave, chivalrous, and have lots of nerve. We have Ravenclaw, where the people are characterized by intelligence, creativity, and wit. We have Hufflepuff, where they value hard work, patience, justice, and loyalty. And finally, we have Slytherin, who values ambition, cunning, leadership, and resourcefulness. So I have 5 cats, which I have talked about a little bit, and I also have 1 dog. So my dog is a cute little Pomeranian. He is very attached to me. He's sort of like a lap dog. And just sort of based on his cute little personality, he is definitely more about loving everybody that comes into the house. He just wants to be cute and have fun. I personally think he would be a Hufflepuff. Then I have the 5 cats. So I have Sir Pouncelot, who was my first cat that I got. He is lazy, sort of fat, loves food, but he also really just is a super sweet cat. Doesn't really want to be, you know, brave or try and do things by himself. So I do feel like he also is probably going to be a Hufflepuff. Then we have Magic, who is the cat that loves to open doors. He is always trying to open cabinets and doors and figure out where things are, and I do believe he's probably going to be more of a Ravenclaw just because he is always trying to figure that kind of stuff out. It is possible he has slight Slytherin tendencies as well. And then we have Mystery, who is my cuddle bug as a cat, but he is also the one that is going and hunting all the little bugs that he can try and find. He once got lost when he was younger. Oh my gosh, it was a few years ago, and he was gone for about a month, and he obviously figured out how to do all that kind of stuff. So I feel like he is also sort of a Gryffindor with maybe some Hufflepuff or Slytherin tendencies. And then we have Eliza, who is a sweet little girl cat. We adopted as an adult cat, and so I never really got to see her as a kitten like I sort of did with the other ones. But she is really, really sweet, but she likes to do her own sort of thing, doesn't really want too much attention, but she will take it. So she is one of the harder ones that I am trying to figure out where to put her in a house. All of my friends think that she would be a Slytherin just because she doesn't really want too much attention, but I'm not entirely too sure about that. And then we also have Simon. Simon is my Siamese cat. He is not a very bright cat, so Ravenclaw is out the door for him right away. He does not know how to jump up on counters, which, I mean, for some people that's good, but we have to feed our cats up on a certain counter, and we have it specifically for them. Simon does not know how to jump up on counters. He does not know when it's dinner time. Like, we actually have to physically go and find him and bring him to the food because he doesn't realize it's dinner. And so he's just not very smart. I was thinking that if all of my animals had magical abilities and if the cats were, you know, in Harry Potter sorted into these houses, I feel like Simon would be a muggle or something. And then my friends said maybe a squib. He's just not the brightest crayon in the box, and so he is adorable, but, you know, we'll see. So I'm gonna jump right on into these quizzes. I think we'll start with the dog. Pippin, just because of the fact that we only have 1 of him, and so I feel like it'd be a little bit quicker to just go through the dog one. So here we go. How many tricks does your dog know? He knows the basics like sit and stay. Who or what would your dog pick a fight with first? Ooh. I actually do think he would do the cat, only because he does feel like he's in charge of the cat sometimes and he wants to like put them in their place. So let's do that. How does your dog behave at the dog park? So I don't take him out to the actual dog park very often, but when he gets to walk around and like be outside and see lots of other dogs and animals, he wants to see all of them. So I think I'm gonna go with they try to make friends with every dog and every human. They just want to see everybody. Which character would your dog like the most? This is a very loaded question because again, he would like everybody, but I feel like just the person that's going to be like the most lovable, let's go with Hagrid because he has a dog as well. What happens when you give your dog a squeaky toy? I think I'm gonna go with my dog will usually carry it around and play with it for a bit because he has a toy that's used to be a squeaky toy. This is a toy that he's had since he was a puppy, and even though it doesn't squeak anymore, he still carries it around. He'll take it upstairs, downstairs. It doesn't necessarily like sleep with him, so he doesn't snuggle it, but he does carry it around and play with it. Let's do that. What does your dog do when you leave? Let's say patiently wait for me to return. He used to be a crier until I came home, and he used to stare out the window until I came home, but that was like at the same time when he was little, so let's go with patiently waiting because he seems to be a pretty good boy when I'm gone. How does your dog react to a noise in the middle of the night? Oh, I don't think he cares. I'm gonna say he lifts their head and growls a little bit, but usually he goes right back to sleep. Like, he barely even notices. And of course, he's a Hufflepuff, obviously. It says, your pupper is a Hufflepuff, or shall we say Hufflepuff. Affectionate and sweet, your dog is a total love bug who loves being around people. Anytime you need a cuddle buddy, you know exactly who to turn to, and that is completely correct for him. So I think we're gonna jump right on into the cats then. This one, I might skip over some of the questions for individual cats because it's pretty much gonna be the exact same quiz every single time. We have 5 of them to do. But let's start with Sir Pouncelot because he was the first one I mentioned. So Sir Pouncelot, which cat reminds you of your cat's personality? He's not the one that opens doors, and we don't have a fish tank. He doesn't really do this, so I feel like he's either gonna... He doesn't really cuddle either. I'm gonna go with this one. It's not completely true, but I feel like it could be part of it. There's a puff of smoke, and all of a sudden, Hagrid is in your house to whisk you and your cat away to Hogwarts. How does your cat react? He actually hides at first. He might come out later. So we're gonna say he disappears. What is your cat's primary role in your household? His is announcing meal times. He is a nice big fat cat, loves to eat. What is your cat's biggest flaw? He actually does knock things off counters as well, so we're gonna go with that. Now that I think about it, he's a little bit naughty. Which professor would choose your cat as a familiar? This is hard, but I think for him I am gonna go with Professor Sprout. What would your cat get into trouble for at Hogwarts? His would be the food thing, definitely. Where would your cat rather be? Now, we have a cat under a bed, but a lot of my cats like to be on the bed. But I also do think we're gonna do cardboard, because Pouncelot likes to eat cardboard, or at least like chew it. Hermione has cast a spell that will very briefly allow you to communicate with animals. What is the first thing your cat will say to you? Probably feed me. He's all about that food. Which Harry Potter pet would your cat most identify with? This I'm not entirely too sure either, but I do feel like maybe Fang. We're gonna go with Fang. I'm not too sure, but Slytherin. Okay. So apparently, according to this, Pouncelot is a Slytherin. It says, it's not that your cat is evil, it's just that your cat has evil thoughts sometimes. Your cat loves you, but isn't the biggest fan of the rest of the world. One day, your cat will get out from under the bed and use cunning and guile to take over your home and run things the right way. Dry food for all, legalized catnip, and multiple breakfast times. Okay, that could be true. But you'll have a role in this future as chief door opener and can opener, so don't worry too much. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to move on to magic. Ravenclaw. That is the one that I thought he was going to be. It says, your cat is worryingly smart. Your cat is like the raptors in the first Jurassic Park movie who figure out how to test the fence for weaknesses. Your cat is like the apes in Planet of the Apes who figure out how to enslave and subjugate the human race. It is very fortunate for all of us that your cat loves you very much. It's the only reason he or she hasn't used that uncanny ability to figure out how doorknobs work in a bid to take over the world. That's very true. He figured out doorknobs very, very early. Okay, so mystery. And he is a Hufflepuff. I was leaning a little bit towards that. Your wonderful cat is loyal, friendly, and cares about you more than almost anything in the world, even though it can be hard to tell sometimes because your cat has no filter around strangers and basically treats the delivery guy like he's a long-lost lover. Some people say that cats are aloof and unfriendly. Those people have clearly never met your cat. Yeah, he's a very, very cute, friendly cat. Okay, let's go to Eliza. And she's a Slytherin. Okay, so my friends might have been right. And we have one more cat who I'm very interested to see what this pulls up, because for me personally, I know just because he's sort of a dumb cat does not mean that he's not going to be in a Hogwarts house, because obviously here we're going to have one. But he is the one that I feel like could be the most likely to not have a Hogwarts house. But let's see. And apparently he's also a Slytherin. I feel like some of these questions, I don't know if it's necessarily that they're weighted more than the others, because, I mean, I don't for sure think I had any, like, full-on Gryffindor cats. I definitely had Hufflepuff and a Ravenclaw, and then it says the last 3 are Slytherin. They're very different cats. And yes, you can have very different personalities in these houses as well. But I feel like some of the questions probably counted for more, because there were definite like things of like where they want to hide or where they want to be that are very different for my cats, but they all ended up in the same house. So I'm very interested to see like what was going on behind the scenes here. But I feel like some of these quizzes work, because my dog, I feel like it got right. I do feel like it got magic and mystery right. And maybe even Eliza. It's very interesting to see. And so I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Leave me a comment down below if you would like me to do more videos about my cats in the future. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up every Monday and Thursday, so I will see you then. Bye!